just witnessed a pretty interesting Premier League encounter between arguably two of the biggest sides in England. Of course, I'm referring to the match that took place just now between Chelsea and Manchester United. And man, oh man, you can say that the first half and in fact most of the game through till about the 70th, 80th odd minute was actually pretty dull. And at times both sides seemed to be cancelling each other out. However, what actually made the game very, very exciting towards the end was when Chelsea finally got the lead, courtesy of a penalty from Jorginho, and then suddenly the match really opened up. And then when it opened up, it actually, became far more exciting to watch. And generally, the feeling was through watching that match that maybe you just needed one goal to kind of spark the match into life, and that's exactly what happened. You got the goal, but it came late, and that was probably the major problem when, of course, it came to, this match, because it was exciting, it was interesting in some ways, but unfortunately, both of the teams didn't really pose that much of an attacking threat, and the limited attacking chances that they did create going forward, they didn't exactly seem to make the most of. So that was one reason why, for the most part, it seemed like this match was ending for a draw, and a pretty drab one at that. Because honestly, it looked like these teams were content settling for the point. It looked like, despite both of their best efforts, you might not actually see any team get a winner. And then, as is always the case in matches like this, they can often be decided by either a moment of brilliance or a moment of stupidity. And we saw the latter from Manchester United midfielder Scott McTominay, because I didn't understand what exactly it was that he was trying to do in the penalty box. He had his hands all over Armando Broja, and then he threw him onto the ground. I mean, that is a foul you might have gotten away with 2-3 years, maybe even 4-5 years back. But in today's day of video assistant referee, or VAR for short, you're not getting away with that, because any kind of contact in the penalty box, the VAR will either check it themselves or ask the referee to check it on the pitch side monitor. Duly, the penalty was given. Jorginho converted a well-taken penalty, and it seemed like Chelsea were actually heading home with all 3 points. But for a thrilling finale, 6 minutes of added time, in the third minute, United won a dangerous throw, worked a good routine. Casemiro managing to get a very good looping header past Kepa, who, despite his own best effort, actually ended up getting, getting fingertips to it, but it went over. And you know for a fact that today's day and age, goal line technology, the referee can check his watch and tell you if it's gone over. It had, and in the end, a draw just feels like the right result, because again, both of these teams were, they kind of cancelled each other out for the most part. So I think either side winning this would have been undeserved. And I say this as a Chelsea fan, because again, I don't think that, they were also deserving of the win. They would have been escaping with the win until the last minute. But again, I don't think that they deserved the win based on how they played, because again, going forward, they weren't great. In fact, I would argue that for about the first 30 minutes of the first half, United were the better side. It took Graham Potter actually changing the formation, taking off Marco Corella, bringing on Mateo Kovacic, switching to a 4-3-3, that actually gave Chelsea some semblance of control in the game. Otherwise, without that, Chelsea were getting overrun in midfield very easily. And at one point, I had to double check to see who the home side was, because United were dominating possession. But the key thing with United, when they did dominate possession, they didn't create too many good chances. And the ones they did create, they didn't take. So that was the major problem there. And then once Chelsea did, in fact, get they started getting a little better, than United kind of got pegged back. So I actually thought it was heading for a 0-0. So 1-1 is fair game, I guess. Both the teams get a point and both teams get a goal. And I think it really sums up this game. What really sums up the game is the fact that both teams have a lot of attacking talent, yet it was both of the defensive midfielders who actually ended up getting on the score sheet. So I'll just take a few of you guys' comments, because I'm seeing a few of them coming. Swaraj Wankade says that if Anthony could have scored previously, this was Man United's match by 2-1. But then, see, if you're going by ifs and buts, then I'm pretty sure that even Chelsea had a couple of decent chances, and if they scored, then it might just have been 2-2. So, but I do agree, both sides were wasteful, and I don't think that, they really did justice to the kind of chances that they created. So in that sense, fair game, I say that, that the match was actually drawn. Harsh Khatri says, worst defensive-minded team, horrible game. I disagree with that. I don't think either of these sides are quote-unquote defensive. I think both of them are works in progress, because obviously Chelsea trying to get to terms with how it is Graham Potter wants them to play, United trying to get to terms with how it is Erik ten Hag wants them to play. So what you actually saw was two teams very much in transitions, very much works in progress, and this was bound to happen. So these kind of results happen for both teams, and I think both United and Chelsea fans will, in fact, say that this was a fair result. And Harsh Khatri, you're showing your Arsenal colours in more ways than one, saying that Chelsea were lucky to get a point. Not really. I think, if you have to say lucky, then if, Riza Balaga had to get a little bit more hand on that, that goal from Casemiro, then it would have very well been 3 points to Chelsea. So, again, and I agree with one thing what you said, though. Horrible defending by McTominay. I don't understand why it is that people rate this. And as you also point out, Harsh, it is indeed a very good result for Arsenal, because although I don't think either Chelsea or United are actually catching Arsenal or City, I think both of these teams are actually, competing for a top 4 spot. Luckily, this result means that Chelsea stay 4th. But again, things are looking a little bit shaky in that regard. But anyhow, Iftikhar Hussain says that United is love forever. Please take my name once. I'll take it twice. Hello, Iftikhar Hussain. Thank you for joining us in this live stream. And he says that SportsTech fan since 2019 and a SportsTech fan too. Thanks for all the support. Really appreciate you being here with us. Sorry, let me pronounce that right. It's Hashir Hassan saying great work. Thank you. It's not really work. I mean, I was watching the match. I figured I'd join you guys. Have a bit of a chat about it. It's what I enjoy doing. I'm glad you guys are also joining me. And Swaraj is asking, what's the matter with Ronaldo? So I've actually done a video on Ronaldo. You can go ahead and check that out on Sports Today. I did it yesterday. But I'll just give you a bit of a lowdown since I'm already with you guys. He refused to come on as a sub against Tottenham, walked off before the game finished, and then he was apparently fined, although that's not been officially confirmed, but he was dropped from this United squad for the game against Chelsea. He was told to train on his own. So that's the major situation. And now news reports are emerging that United could very well actually be wanting to, release him from his contract. So basically pay him off, get him out of his contract and tell him, look, you can go for free. Of course, those are unsubstantiated reports at this point, so I take them with a big bag of salt. But, in that sense, let's see what happens. It's a developing situation. For sure, it's going to be one. That's the thing with Ronaldo. Harsh Khatri says, excited about the cricket. Hope the rain stays away. Yeah, you know what? On that note, much as I enjoy talking to you guys, it's well past midnight and I have to be in office at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So in that regard, I will actually see you guys tomorrow. I'll end this live stream for now, much as I don't really want to, but I'll end it for now because otherwise I'm going to be a very sleepy and cranky person tomorrow, and I don't want to actually do that. I want to be joining you guys fresh because big day, India, Pakistan. We're all looking forward to the match. Hopefully India can actually do one better than what they did last year. They don't want that repeat. Fingers crossed, and of course that the rain stays away. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you enjoy us doing these, do join us whenever we hop on the stream, chat with us. I'll enjoy taking your comments. And also don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon so you know when we're going live. Then you can go ahead, follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram too. And last but not least, don't forget to download the SportsTech app. Thank you all for joining me. Good night and see you tomorrow for India, Pakistan. But for now, bye-bye.